Eritrea has withdrawn its military from more than 40 villages on Tigray-Eritrea border. Details for you in this video: in which villages is still the presence of Eritrean military. Can we say that Eritrea has completely withdrawn from territories which were part of Tigray, which were under Tigray control before the start of war? Secondly, Russia and Eritrea have established a cooperation commission. For the last 2 days, it has been in the news. What is the significance of this development? Is Russia going to establish a naval base in Eritrea? Let's start with this new story. Russia and Eritrea has established a cooperation commission. The commission will serve as formal platform for bilateral ties. The commission will work for cooperation between the two countries in the fields of science, technology, trade, economy, etc. The commission has been formed for 5 years. It will meet twice a year. Unscheduled meeting can be held anytime, and the mandate will be renewed, automatically renewed after 5 years. Last year, a senior Russian delegation visited Massawa, led by a senior Russian naval officer. That led to speculations that Russia was going to establish a naval base on the Red Sea in Eritrea. Speculation still ongoing. People are linking the establishment of this commission to likely establishment of Russian naval base in Eritrea. But the official statement issued by Russian side, by Russian news agencies, don't say a word about the establishment of any Russian naval base in Eritrea. So far, no movements on the ground showing the arrival of Russian naval assets, naval forces in Eritrea. But speculations are there. Russia wants to have a foothold in this area. It does not have a fully functional military base in the Horn of Africa. It wanted to establish a naval base in Sudan. US thwarted Russian ambitions of establishing a naval base there. Russia still interested in establishing a naval base in Sudan. I think it is in contact with Burhan government. At the same time, it is not discarding the option of Eritrea as well. I think that Russia has not made any final decision. It is still analyzing the situation and it will make a decision. But why is Russia taking too long? Keeping in view the strategic importance of the Horn of Africa, East Africa. And I am surprised why Russia took so long to think of establishing a naval base in this area. Let's see. Now, when the Cooperation Commission has been established, maybe Russia-Eritrea cooperation will increase and we could see their closer military ties too. By the way, Eritrea uses some Russian military hardware. Eritrean fighter jets, Eritrean bombers, Eritrean artillery pieces, Eritrean tanks, all are ex-Soviet Union era or made in Russia. So Russia is Eritrea's defense partner, security partner. Now there's many stories from Tigray. We know that Tigray and Eritrea, Ethiopia and Eritrea have been involved in a border dispute for years. After 1998-2000 war, an Eritrea Ethiopia Boundary Commission was formed, internationally mandated, which worked to demarcate the border and to determine the status of the areas if they're part of Eritrea or Ethiopia. The commission gave its verdict in 2002, I think. The verdict was not implemented. Eritrea accused Ethiopia of not implementing the verdict. Back then, EPRDF, led by TPLF, was in power. Had Ethiopia implemented the verdict, it would have to lose control of Badme and other strategic areas. And then we saw border clashes several times. When war erupted, recent war in 2020 in Tigray, uh, Eritrea, supported by ENDF, implemented the EE Boundary Commission verdict. Tigray has been accusing Eritrea of being in occupation of Tigray territory, but Eritrea has been denying, saying that its forces are deployed in accordance with the verdict given by Eritrea Ethiopia Boundary Commission. This is what Eritrean government's position has been in the last 3 to 4 years. But we saw a change in alliances recently. TPLF and PFDJ formed an alliance. Abiy and Isaias drifted apart. Now, federal government of Ethiopia is talking about Ethiopian territories being under the occupation of Eritrea. Tigray government, Tigray military, TPLF are not saying a word. Eritrea, which was saying that its forces were deployed in accordance with the Boundary Commission verdict and it was not in occupation even an inch of any country's territory, is withdrawing its forces as a sign of solidarity, as a gesture of solidarity, gesture of goodwill for Tigrayans. So far, reportedly, Eritrea has withdrawn from over 40 villages which were under its control, which came under its control after the war. Eritrea was saying that the villages are Eritrean territory. But after rapprochement between TPLF and PFDJ, Eritrea decided to withdraw from over 40 villages. Almost entire Erob, which was under Eritrean control after the war, almost entire, now is back under Tigray control. The Lambasa villages along Mirab River, no withdrawal from Badme. Situation the same. Eritrea not willing to give Badme back to Tigray reportedly. Now, point viewers is that it means that people to people contacts, friendly relations between the two sides are not important. Are important. People to people contacts, friendly ties between Eritrea and Tigray are important. Territories are not important. That is why Eritrea agreed to withdraw from over 40 villages. Then why are these countries fighting for territories? It's hard to understand. I mean, if territories are important, Eritrea should not withdraw from these 40 villages. If friendly relations with neighboring people are important, Eritrea should withdraw from the villages. Eritrea has withdrawn. It means territories are not important. Now, technically, Eritrean territories, which Eritrea claims to be part of Eritrea, are under Tigray control. So it means that these two countries fought over border for nothing. I mean, they're ready to make compromises if they see the other side as friendly for them. I think other issues, border issues between other countries, between regions of Ethiopia, can also be solved if there is atmosphere of solidarity, atmosphere of goodwill between the two sides. Where is the Eritrean president, Eritrean Minister of Information, who used to criticize everyone when people would say that Eritrea is in occupation of Tigray territories. Either he was lying back then or he was lying now, or he's lying now, because Eritrea has definitely withdrawn from over 40 villages in the last few months from Tigray Eritrea border. Thanks for watching.